Congratulations on the win. You come into this game, and the lead is, I think, 14 at the time. How were you able to, you and Niora both coming in, help settle things down a little bit in terms of changing the pace of offense?
Yeah, just trying to be a spark off the bench. We could kind of see that they were pressing a lot. They were really getting downhill. That was kind of what I was wanting to just be in attack mode, get things kind of flowing on offense a little bit.
How long did you feel like you were maybe outplaying them but just not making shots after the first quarter? Like, the lead didn't really go down for them until that point.
Yeah.
Until that.
You know, it's hard to say. It felt like more that they were making a lot of shots.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, we were missing. Our offense wasn't flowing well, but you know, they were making big shots, and I think that you know, we got to do something to change that. But at the same time, I think that we stay persistent. We keep on the path of what the plan is. That eventually those shots might, you know, not fall off.
Courtney, when was the moment when you were confident that you guys were going to get this one?
On the buzzer ring. I mean, that's kind of been the name of this series. You know, people are, you know, these are two great teams. No one's ever out of it. You know, we experienced something in game one that, you know, now I'm never going to feel comfortable until the buzzer's on. We got to play through it, and that's what we did.
We saw on the broadcast too, before you guys, that we're not going to lose this game. Maybe the expletive in there, but how did you see her take things by the the horns and just like decide single-handedly on this?
Yeah.
That's what happened.
She made big plays, big stretch when we couldn't really score. She got a few big buckets, kind of got our offense going. But you know, her and Sad making huge plays on the offensive end, JJ making big plays on the defensive end. I mean, that's what you expect superstars to do.
You said it was the craziest thing you'd ever experienced after game one. Still? What you thinking about?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it was close, but that game one is just still.
Yeah.
There's just so many things.
This one feels better now.
Yeah, this one feels a lot better. Yeah.
Hi, Courtney.
Hi.
In the first quarter, you guys had 8 turnovers, but then in the final 3 quarters, you had 8 combined. How do you think you guys were able to sort of start getting more acclimated and comfortable to Minnesota's defense?
Yeah, I think we started, you know, kind of breaking their pressure. I think we were trying to run sets and get into actions instead of just, you know, attacking them. They put, you know, credit to them. They put a lot of pressure on us. You know, they made things difficult, and you know that can happen sometimes. But we settled in. See the ball go through the basket a couple times, and things start to click from there.
Courtney, there was a record 19,521 in attendance. How does playing at Barclays Center kind of prepare you guys for playing in an atmosphere like tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we're used to playing in loud environments. Obviously, we're used to them cheering for us, but you know, we like we said, we're comfortable in it. It was an amazing atmosphere tonight, and looking forward to game 4.
As a teammate, what does it feel like to see Sabrina hit those 2 threes and then the game winner? Just like knowing how hard she works, and obviously you want the win, but just as a teammate, what does it feel like?
Yeah, you just, you know, overjoyed for her, happy for her. Like you said, she puts in so much work. She trusts herself, we trust her, and it's just a really big moment that you feel like it just brings you all really close.
I know Sandy always says you guys can't get too high or too low, but the series gets really tight now in terms of game tonight, 8 o'clock on Friday, 8 o'clock potentially on Sunday. How quickly and how are you able to turn the page tomorrow and just, even though it's good feelings, forget about this and move on to
Yeah,
the
I
next?
mean, that's part of the finals. You have to, because it's a series, you know, and just like we responded in game 2, we're going to expect them to respond in game 4. And like you said, you aren't champions until you win 3 games, and we're just not there yet. We couldn't win the championship tonight, so we still have more work to do. We put ourselves in a really good position, and we're happy about that, but like our focus has not changed.
You've been in the spot before Chicago. What's the team to close out a championship series?
It takes another grind out game. You know, it's going to be a battle. I always feel like game 4s are the hardest because, you know, it's most of the time it's an elimination game, you know, for a team, and there's just this desperation that both teams are playing for. It's going to be a grind. It's going to be a tough. We have to, you know, we're not going to play perfect. The finals isn't. It's not how what we're expecting. We'll just find ways to, you know, continue what we're doing, make the right plays, and hopefully good things happen.
Courtney, how would you say this game symbolized or represented the maturity of this team and how far you guys have come?
Yeah, I mean, we stick together. We could have folded. Things didn't look like going that well. You know, we didn't play our best. To not play your best and win on the road in the finals, I mean, it says a lot about what we have in that locker room, what we can do. You know, but at the same time, you got to be even better. I mean, it's not enough. What we did tonight is not enough to win a championship. We have to be more, and you know, that's what this growth is about.
It seemed like, you know, when Sabrina hits a shot, you got as low on the sideline as maybe you ever have. I don't know. Or in a long time, you just bend over. Do you remember just that moment, your reaction? Did you black out? Sabrina kind of said, like, just what was it like from your
No, I
end?
did not black out. I was very much aware of what happened. And yeah, I mean, just pumped, excited, impressed, because, you know, that's not an easy thing to do. Obviously, the shot is difficult, but at that time, everything, you know, what's on the line, you know, and I'm just so happy for her. And I just do see how much she puts into this, and you know, it wasn't the easiest game for her. I mean, she played great, but it wasn't, you know, the Sabrina that we're used to, and for her to make that play when we needed it the most.
We'll finish with Nadu.
So you have been in a closeout game before. You talked about it a little bit earlier. How do you, I guess, convey what's necessary to your teammates who haven't been in this situation before? What's needed to really close it out on the road in this kind of environment?
You know, to be honest, when I was in that, I didn't know either. But you kind of know. You know, I mean, you know what it is because there's this championship on the line. You know, everybody. That's what we're all here playing for. So there's not a lot that I can say to the ones that haven't been here that don't. You know, you feel it. You know it. You know what's on the line. You know that you have the desperation to get your first or your third or whatever it is. And that's what we're all working for. So, you know, there's not a lot. It's just about grinding it out and staying in the moment, keeping your emotions in check, and doing the best you can.
Thanks, Ludi.
Yeah, I'm not wearing the, you know, the Lily here.
What was your vantage point on Sabrina's shot? Just what do you remember? What did you feel?
I just remember like watching it go up and be like, oh my goodness, she's about to hit this, and then it went in, and I was happy. So just, you know, ballsy, but also that's just the type of player that she is. She steps up in big moments and happily takes those shots, and we need it.
JJ, you stepped up in a pretty big moment too. Take us through, you know, obviously the Lynx were really challenging you on the boards, but you still found a way. Make that huge three. Cheryl Reeve spoke about it maybe 3 times. And that's what she thought changed the momentum of this whole thing.
I agree. I just wanted to just not overthink it. You know, if I was open, shoot, and you know, just trust myself in the situation, obviously. And I felt like I was open. Sabrina drew 2 people, and the piece had to close on me, and I just took a shot.
How did you feel like this game was indicative of how you guys have been able to fight through adversity? You have the experience of being in challenging moments. Even when you guys aren't playing your best basketball, you're still able to pull out wins.
Yeah, I think it's the result of losing game 1 and really like having to take a look in the mirror and understand that we have to stay true to ourselves and our foundation regardless of how the game is going. And I think it was the opposite the reverse of that for us. Like it was very similar to game 1, and we were able to come out with the win. So I think we learned a lot from that, and it definitely shows that we've grown as a team.
So it's interesting you said that, because like so many of us watching, we felt like it was the reverse of game 1. Yeah. But Sabrina and Stewie inside, they said it's game 3. Like it didn't feel like that. So for you,
we're different people, yeah.
But do you feel that in the moment, or is it like after it's done, you're reflecting and that's it?
No, you don't feel it in the moment, but you do. You talk about it. Like we came into the huddle and I told them that, you know, we've been in this situation before, but this time we're going to come out on top. You know, so just things like that to remind the team that, you know, we've been in these situations and we want to stay true to ourselves and that we have everything that we need to come out and be successful.
Do you remember what huddle you said that?
I think it was like the third quarter. Yeah.
John, we don't often see a lot of lineups with you and Yara out there together. But with Stewie in foul trouble early, she had to come in and really equipped herself very well. What do you think of just her impact on keeping that deficit where it was and breaking back into it?
Yeah, not even just when she was out there with me. I think when she came in for me as well, she had really good minutes where she was able to attack the basket, get downhill, and finish with contact. So we're going to need that. Everybody is going to have to step up in these situations. And I think traditionally, like when you look back at the season, she's coming and giving us really great minutes. And so the coaching staff trust her, we trust her, and she has to keep doing it.
And just to do that in the finals, too,
yeah.
What does that just say about how you've seen so much of the work that she's put in?
Yeah, it's preparation, and you know, just she has a good head on her shoulders, and she steps up in big moments as well.
What's your news about how Stewie was able to come out after halftime?
Yeah, just a dog, man. She carried us. I felt like everything she shot was going in, and she was just super, super clutch. So she definitely led the way, and without her, we wouldn't be in a position to make those big plays.
What was the vibe, the conversations during those middle parts of the game where you were trying to claw into their lead, and it felt like playing pretty well, but maybe just not hitting a big shot here or there?
To weather the storm. And to just chip away at it, and that it was a long game. And like I said, we were, on the other end of that, and Minnesota was able to do it. And so I think it just shows that there's two really great teams in the finals, and that it's going to be a battle. Whether one team, goes up by a lot or not, it's going to end up coming down to the end because this is championship basketball.
JJ, what's it going to take to finish this on Friday?
You got to be ready to play, man. They're going to come out and definitely try to bury us and come out with a lot of energy. Not calling them animals in any sense, but it's just like having like an animal cornered, and they're just gonna do everything they can to get out of that corner. And we have to understand that it's gonna be the hardest game of the series. Any game to close out a team, whether it's early in the playoffs or a championship game, is gonna be hard. So or extremely tough. So we got to be ready for that. A few more.
JJ, when did you have the confidence that you were going to win this game?
I felt it the whole time. I mean, honestly, I never felt that we were going to lose. I just felt like we put ourselves in a tough situation to be able to win. But no, I never doubted that we were going to be able to pull out the win. But I think Sabrina getting hot at the end was definitely a good thing to see too.
When you see a player like Sabrina who works so hard during practices, or has got the way she's got the three-wise, and then hits that shot, just what is that like for you as a teammate to think back to?
I don't know, I feel like I've gotten like a mature Sabrina, obviously. Like I kind of came in when she's been in the league for a few years, so. But I definitely I've seen it from the outside, and she came into the league and she had her struggles, and everybody was trying to prove welcome to the WNBA. You have a player that's played really well in college, and people want to kind of welcome them to the league. And you've seen the same thing with Caitlin Clark as well. But just I think the way that she approaches the game is just it's her mindset, and she's a very strong-willed person and someone that believes in herself wholeheartedly, and she's going to win. She's going to be successful when you have that type of mindset. But I think what I've been able to see is just that she's a really good person. She wants to do anything or everything that it takes for the team to win and be successful, and you can't help but root for somebody like that.
What's the biggest thing you think you've learned from her, whether it's on-court, mental, game?
Learn from her? I don't know, just to shoot my shot, Stay confident and, just be confident, take the right shots for the team and let the chips fall where they may.
Oh, hi, JJ.
Hey, what's going on?
I'm good. On the night, you guys...
That was your question, I'm just playing.
On the night, you guys won the rebound battle by 1 after Minnesota got the early advantage.
Yeah.
How do you think you guys were able to sort of match their physicality on the glass and control the tempo in the game you wanted to?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really... we were able to win it, but I was kind of disappointed with rebounds. I felt like I had a lot of them, but they sent so many bodies, and they were really trying to attack the basketball and get the rebounds out of my hand. But ultimately, it's good that we won the rebounding war, but I think we can do a little bit better in Game 4, to be honest.
Thanks, JJ.
First, how are you feeling? We saw that was a pretty hard hit.
Yeah.
You're okay.
Yeah, we gotta win. One more to go, right?
just the human thing to do. Stu spoke about how there were, while at the end it was very dramatic with Sabrina hitting that big shot, she felt like there were moments where everyone on the team shined. So I'm just curious for you, what was that moment where you sort of felt like you were shining in this game?
I don't think I felt like this in any game this season, honestly. I'm just so focused on helping the team. I don't really care about my individual performance or if I shine or not. Just, if I can help the team win the game, that's just all that matters.
So how do you think you helped the team tonight?
Well, just, playing defense, getting deflections, hitting some open threes, having a feeling for the game where the ball needs to go.
What was your reaction as Sabrina pulls up for that shot? Just what do you remember thinking, feeling?
Honestly, because I don't know which game it was, but we were celebrating some big shots and then we got scored on. So I didn't really want to celebrate too much. So I'm just, whenever, the game's not over. So I was happy, but still kind of waiting for the answer.
How did you think Stewie just put the team on her back when offense was hard to come by, especially in the second half?
Yeah, you just see her experience, right? She's an amazing player. Love to play with her. Love to be out there with her. Just on offense and defense, she made such big plays for us. Never gave up. She was always coming flying from somewhere on the defensive end. It was great to watch her perform like that.
Leo, what adjustments did you make personally? Obviously having 17 the first game and 3 the last game, but coming back and having a performance like this. What was the conversation like with you and Sandy, and what were you saying to yourself just to get this kind of performance?
Yeah, as I said, I think last game Benaja was really performing for us. She was playing great offensively and defensively, so it was no need for me to step up and score a bunch of points. And as I said, I'm just trying to get a feel for the team, what they need from me, and I feel like today they needed some open shots and defense, so that's what I gave today.
In the second half, both JJ and Stewie stepped up defensively as help side defenders and were really crashing from the weak side a lot. What adjustments did you see from them, and how did that help you on the court in that second half?
Yeah, I feel like in this series we really understand what the tendencies are of the opponent, right? So when Courtney Williams drives to the basket, there's different than McBride driving to the basket. We just understand them a lot better and just their tendencies, and I feel like they just, I wouldn't want to go up against Stewie or JJ or at the rim. They're just such great defenders, and they showed it today.
I was just going to ask, did you feel like you were outplaying them in the middle portion of the game without really cutting into their lead? It was still 10 around the end of the third. So I'm just curious about how you felt during those second, third quarters.
Yeah, we have a saying in German. It's keep going, right? You can never stop. Every position counts. Just kind of that mindset, and not really having an eye on the scoreboard, but not really giving it too much. Giving it too much importance. Just not giving it too much importance, but just keep going.
Wait, what's the phrase in German? Is that what you guys are
just
saying?
said?
Yeah.
Can you say it one more time?
Immer weiter.
Okay.
Leo, in the first quarter, you guys had 8 turnovers, and then the rest of the game, you guys had 8 turnovers combined. Just would you notice the difference there that allowed you guys to control the ball a little bit better there?
Yeah, they were really physical and all over us in the first quarter, and we just had to get used to it. We knew they were going to come out like that, and just it's different when you're out there and you feel it. But I feel like we made good adjustments. Some silly turnovers in the beginning, and then also some at the end of the game. But all in all, I think we did a good job handling the pressure.
Did you get asked to switch to K-Mac, or did you ask Sandy? Was it a coach's decision, or?
Coach's
Yeah.
How did you think Leonie impacted the game when she came onto the floor?
Yeah, I think she always gives us energy, right? She's just so physical out there. Whenever she's on the court, I'm even more. I even want to shoot the ball more because I know she's going to get the board, right, if it doesn't go in. So, I just love to play with her. And also on the defensive end, she's just so active, dynamic, athletic. It's just great to have her.
Thanks, Leo.
Thank you, Leo.
No problem.